Alright, hello again YouTube for another episode of Astrox Imperium. Last time, we found out that there's a whole area of space we haven't even been to yet. Called wormhole space. So, yeah, looking forward to exploring that at some point. I didn't realise that was even here. I also wanted to have a little bit of a look through some of this stuff, but I think actually this is some stuff we've seen. We can apparently scan things, the active scanner. To get more info about them, I think is the idea. So that's something we haven't been doing yet, and I think we might get some skill points for that. I wouldn't be surprised. Additionally, you might have just seen that that thing pop up. We're ready to fly a new ship, and there's one I actually made earlier, quite literally, that will now be available to us. So we are going to roll it out the hangar. And here it is. In all its extremely bright glory. Yes, we have a... Oh. And I now immediately need to switch back out of it because I need to access its cargo bay. Quickly chuck all these into storage. But yes, this is a ship that I designed. The game does have an inbuilt editor. Takes a little bit of fiddling, and we made a slight mistake in that we accidentally nuked some of our stuff. But yes, we have our own ship available now. I might turn the gloss a bit down so it's not quite as shiny, and this one could maybe be a little bit blue. It's still kind of shiny, but oh well. Garage, let's fit her up. Again, very large cargo bay. Which is entirely designed around. That is the main aspect of it. And I guess we'll fit a salvage collector to it as well, so we can actually have one permanently on board. For now, at least. Although I might actually see if there's any more miners, maybe. That might even be a better idea, and then we can just switch to salvage collector when we need it, specifically. No miners apart from the thorium extractor, which is a little beyond what we can really do. Oh, they've got all harvester 6 that we can't use. So we could train up our mining operation here. We've got some skills now, actually. We might be able to. Oh, actually. Yeah, I think we will be able to, actually. Once that's trained. Level 6, wasn't it? Yeah, we'll buy that. Can we fit it now, even if we can't use it? No, we can't. Okay. But yes, we'll go out and do, while that trains, we'll do a little bit of basic mining here. How goes the refining? That's coming along. Okay, so we'll do a bit of mining so we can grab some adamite for the extractor to fill up. We'll also get an idea of how fast the ship handles and everything. The answer is, yeah, not very. It is supposed to be, to try and balance it out, it is kind of sluggish and not the fastest. It's an interesting engine sound. Yeah, hopefully you guys like the design. I tried to make something a little unique looking. It's supposed to have these two sort of, it's supposed to be the sort of idea of like the central spine sort of type ship. So you've got like a pod at the front and a spine with cargo pods on it. It is definitely slow without afterburners, so that at least has worked as intended. This is heavy. This is actually a heavier ship than a lot of cruisers of the same size. But again, the trade-off for that is the large cargo bay and whatnot, and decent armoured hull. And it has got a large cargo bay. We carry a total of almost 15,000 at the moment, and it has, I believe, one more passive slot we can fill at some point. So we'll finally mine out this rock we've been nibbling away at for a little bit. Might take a little while. The ship does have a few bonuses to things, but they are not enormous compared to some. It has a minor range bonus. It has a small cargo space bonus. And it has a bonus to torpedoes. Yeah, description: armoured transport slash miner with a tough outer hull, powerful reactor, and a huge cargo bay for its size and low cost. However, it's slow and has poor scanners and shields by comparison to its equivalents. So yes, perhaps a bit of a sitting duck for pirates, but quite a durable ship. Should be able to withstand a little bit of a beating. And again, the reactor is fairly decent for a ship its size. It is draining gradually, but not too badly. And I quite like the placement of the modules. I thought I did quite a good job there. I like the idea of having almost a little bit of a mini turret layout on the bottom. They're quite close to each other, but it works. Oh, I need to check the front view. Yep, that's worked. The front view should be about there, I think. Ooh, I didn't know you could rotate that view. It also seems to hide the ship in that view. I noticed I can't see it at all, despite the fact I think we should be able to. The rock is gone. Actually, do a full cargo bay full. Why not? Yes, this is a ship that could certainly to some degree benefit perhaps from having turn thrusters on them, or maneuvering thrusters, whatever they're called. I forget the exact name. Again, sluggish. Definitely meant to be a little bit of a bulk carrier kind of thing for a ship its size. I like the mining beams sort of dragging across the surface with little glows. It's quite cute. Yes, I think there was nothing else to check in our journal because we found out about this last time. It even says a lot of the code's been exposed so for people to play how they like. Timers and things. I support drain rate, instant skill training. But yes, so wormholes. We're going to double check how we find those again because they're not easy. Cannot see them well with the naked eye, but using specialist equipment. The active scanner. Is that one of these things here? Passive pulse scanner. Okay, the active scanner might be a component then. So we might have to try and find one of those. Strength and relative distance from your ship. Oh, reveals it once you get within 500 meters, I see. You have to get close to them to find them. Don't necessarily know where we find them in general, but it could be that could be some of the systems that didn't look like much are filled with wormholes, maybe? Maybe there was on the inside, because I had a feeling there'd be something in the middle of this map. I have, while there is a map on Steam, on the Steam guides for the whole area of I have avoided looking at it for now, and the wormholes might even be procedural, I don't know. But yeah, it's not the fastest mining ship, I will admit. I don't know if it's actually slower than the other ship, or if it's just because it's got the big cargo and adamantite's actually a little slow to mine, although you get a huge amount of it because of high compression. But it lets the other stuff refine while we're out here. We've got improved refining. I did indeed get the next tier in that skill, so we now get 11 refined per operation. We should speed things up quite a bit. So we should be able to get back to manufacturing again, even though we lost a load of blueprints. And we could even check, perhaps, where there might be a demand for certain items now that we've worked out how that part of the market works. Or how that part of the journal thing works. Alright, back to the university. Full afterburn. And it's still slow. Good, I would be interested in trying out some modded chips at some point as well, and perhaps even making some more for this game. So I did quite enjoy it. The editor's a tiny bit bare bones, but it's functional, and you can make some nice looking chips with it, I'm pretty sure. Well, I've seen some nice looking chips made with it, so... yeah, it could be interesting to see what we could do there, and mining should be a bit easier as well after this visit, because we'll be able to fit the extra laser. Good bet for this ship could be to take it out to one of the edges of one of the space areas and gather a load of the high value ore, perhaps. Should be able to fit that now. No, we're still training, I guess, then. Still training, okay. The other thing we need to do as well at some point is go visit our station and see what we actually need for the next tier. How are we doing on the refining? It is still doing 11 items at a time. Taking a little while, but we're building up a good Backlog of cargo. I'll quickly shut that in. We'll offload everything else. Okay, reactivate. Into the fabricator with you. We'll probably just carry around those salvages in case we find another source of salvage. But if anything, we actually need another one. Buy that one, I'm thinking about it. I think they had tier 1 salvages. We can actually buy tier 1 salvage as well. Well, buy, not even tier 1 salvage, we can buy salvage. Interesting, so we could just buy the parts here, I guess, and ship them out to other places. Average range. Okay. Is there any efficiency bonus, I wonder? No, I think it's the same. Right. Go back to the fabricator. What do we have that could be worth making? Some of this stuff requires things we don't have. Tell you what we could do. We could have a quick look in the journal. Can we actually... Oh, set GPS. We can. Oh, view station market to update prices. I see. Can we see... Ah, we can see what the orders are. Oh, do I have to click it each time? Oh, that's a bit of a shame, but... I think we'll just make some stuff. But for the moment, we'll just make something that we can make a lot of, ideally. Carbon, not much hydrogen, not much silicon. We don't really have silicon. That we could make. Tiny bit of salt, tiny bit of hydrogen, lots of water. Thermal insulation, why not? We'll make a whole bunch. We can leave that running for a while. Right. What would be best to do now, I wonder? We have our ship. That would be interesting, actually, to find out. Can we... We still need to hire some mercenaries, don't we? Because we'd like to have a secondary pilot. So these survey ships, supposedly, warships, basically, an ill-but name. Maybe have a look at missions. We do, again, we still need to level up our stats with some of them to be able to hire more people. I guess we could go to the trade station and maybe start trying to level up there, because that's kind of the stuff we want. So let's get on that maybe for now. Starbase Corporate is the trade center. Oh, I know what we didn't do. Turn around. Yeah. Lumbering around. Big, heavy boy. Yes, turn around. We can fit some more... We could fit that mining thing, and we might also fit another... Maybe even try and buy some turning thrusters. Right, garage. Did we fit the tier... Where is the tier 6 harvester? We had one, right? Oh, did we sell it? Did we put it in the fabricator or something? We probably put it in the fabricator, didn't we? No? Still in the refinery. Did we sell it? Did we lose it? Oh, maybe we didn't buy it yet because we can't use it yet? No, we definitely bought one, right? I'm not going mad on that. Storage, salvage collector 1. It's not fitted. I'm losing it, apparently. Alright, let's have a look at passive modules. Let's see about getting a new... something fitted to our ship. Engine core, reduces burn reduction. Scan emitter. Ah! Oh, just boost scan speed. Not sure if that's the same as the other. Oh, warp drive. We could also fit a warp drive to it because we are not the fastest, and that would help us get around quickly. Scan booster. Oh, that's scan range. Let's try a warp drive because we haven't had warp on our ships before. Let's give it a try, and we need electron orbs as fuel. How is that mining upgrade going? It's done. Okay. We should now be able to fill the last slot with another mining laser. There we go. And we should be able to fit a warp drive. Okay, now I don't know if that... Warp drives require electron orbs. Okay, so we will need fuel. So what we might do is we'll look for the trade center. We'll go to the trade center and we'll pick up some quests. And then if we see electron orbs on the way, we'll mine some and test out the warp. Ah, there we go. Yeah, warp. Warp speed 20. Fuel units required 38. Yeah, so I think the orbs individually are worth like 1 each, and then you can refine the fuel that's worth a lot more. So maybe also keep an eye out for a warp fuel blueprint. That could be a decent money spinner, probably, like manufacturing warp fuel. Unfortunately, I think travel times are going to increase when we're not warping because we are a hefty ship, but yeah, that was kind of the idea for this one. Like the blinking lights on the end of the the pylons. I'm quite fond of that. Again, we'll maybe try and make some more ships. I did describe this as the Type 1 after all. I do have plans to build some more later on. We could maybe even do that as an episode, perhaps, like going over putting one together. Right. Missions. Extractors missions. Ironically, the extractors want us to go fight people. Okay, are there any mercs from the extractors, or they all trade? Because I think when we tried before, we couldn't hire anybody. Yeah, we need to improve our standings for trade. So, not actually sure how I know who we're getting things with, but I think it's what station you take it from. Oh, faction. Labour contractor. So that is factions then, okay. Can we see a faction on the mercenaries? I think we are in the wrong station as well, which doesn't help, but... No, okay. It says excavation, but presumably if it was, we wouldn't be having trouble, because the excavation lot is the guys we've got the highest standing with. But anyway, I believe this is trade, so we'll go over here. Okay, that's trade. We're not getting any closer to them. It's the wrong station, that's why. Yeah, what's the DPS on the 6? 2.8. Cycle rate is faster? Slower? I'm not sure. Range is a bit higher, I think. Yeah, a little bit higher. Energy requirement is actually substantially higher. It's going to be interesting. Yes, spicy boy engines as well. But, multiple sets. Oh, we're going to hit the... I'm still not sure what that is. I thought it was a physical beam. I'm still not sure. I think it is. Something between physical beam and cable. Which is a little bit unusual. Yes, I'd be interested to try out warp drive at some point. Should be a big... That would allow us to do certain missions that we haven't been able to do before so easily. Much more quickly and much more easily again. We could just teleport out somewhere and then teleport into the next area. But I guess then the question is it still profitable? How much fuel are we burning, etc.? There are ships available. Right. Don't assume we can hire any of these guys, can we? I don't think our faction rating with trade is... No. So we'll try getting our faction rating up with trade to 1, and then we'll try harvesting maybe this Phoebus guy, because he's got the bigger cargo hold out of the two. Although he's a salvager ship, actually, so it might have to be Dexter, who's got... he's got a level 10 harvester, but a tiny little 100 cargo ship. What are you doing? You stuck a BFG on a tiny little helicopter, like 10 quid helicopter drone. Basically, the mining equivalent of, at any rate. Okay, right. Missions. Oh, actually, let's have a look at Uni, because there might be some good skills here. Okay, we can't improve the sale price one yet. That's a shame. Merc rating required, 3.5%. We'll take that in case it's a case of we need level 1 like training to hire level 1. I don't think that's the case, but it could be that's all we're missing. Escort, I can't really do that. Assassinate, nope. Gather some of those, but we'd have to actually find them. Mines of Belisite. Transport from place to place. Where do we need to go from for that one? That's not too bad compared to some of them. Not great, though. We are a transport ship, but that's a long route. Oh, one that actually starts from Starcross. That's a good sign, actually. Yeah, well, maybe take that one. Star Gypsy Warehouse and transported to Monarch Society. Okay. Negotiation bonus and everything. So what was it? Star Gypsy Warehouse? The other thing, let's try. Now we've got level 1 on that Merc thing. Does that just mean more available, or does that mean... Does that mean we could hire level 1 now if we tried? Also, interestingly enough, that seems to be the same ship, but it's a guy now. A little unusual. Not sure what's going on there, unless they swapped out, maybe. Right, Star Gypsy was around here somewhere. Next door to a little ways out in space. Gotcha. I'm surprised those contracts don't start with you picking up items from the same station. I feel like if I was going to post them anywhere, it would be the station they need taking from. But, what do I know? How far off is our target? If we were to warp there, what would that take? 135 fuel units. Let's see if they've got any at Star Gypsy, and we can always try to swap out. Again, fuel is something I want to try and find blueprints for as well. I'm sure it's something we can make. But, market. Oh, let's also pick up those. That's what we're actually delivering. Oh. I always look like a crazy person when I type in this because of the, the scaling being weird. Right, what fuel value is this worth? So we pick up 3 tanks of fuel. This is going to cost us a good chunk of our payment for this. But let's try out the warp drive. It's only going to take us one way, but that's fine. Warp drive. Minus fuel. Uses 4. Improved warp drive fuel with an efficiency of 20%. $88 seconds. Oh! I have also noticed, ready in a certain amount of time, so I guess the warp drive has a cooldown, but it is actually shorter than the warp time, so... Cool, so I guess we're warping for a bit. I don't know why we're at a slightly weird angle, but I guess we are. This maybe because we didn't let it turn around. Class J. Mounting sports and hookups for auxiliary systems to be hooked into the main system. It's literally a bracket. They just want us to shift some metal brackets around, basically. We are truly the space trucker. But yeah, so if we'd actually... If we just pay for warp fuel at the moment, at least the advanced stuff, we would be... If we'd paid for enough to come back, we'll do that manually because we want to keep an eye out for those electron orbs. If we'd paid... well, yeah, actually, yeah, that's what we should also mark a source of them. But yeah, if we'd paid for that, we would actually not be making any money at all. We'd actually be losing a bit. This, as it is, we're going to make a tiny bit. We're doing it more for the reputation than the actual mission. I think I have seen some mods that actually increase mission payment, and I can kind of see why they would do that. Because at the moment, it definitely feels like the reputation is the main thing, so you can hire ships in future. But it does say, it still saves us time, even with the 80-second thing. I'm pretty sure with how slow our ship is, this will still have saved us time. And we could buy better warp drives later. I don't know if they're more efficient, but I'm pretty sure they'll be faster at least. Maybe more fuel efficient, maybe... Don't really know. Anyway, let's go. Actually, let's grab that rock that's outside as well first. I think I remember coming here before, actually, you know. I mean, we've been everywhere, but I think I actually remember this sector specifically. Try mining lasers. That level 6 should go off a little bit before the other 2 do. Or the other 4 do, I should say. Yep, there we go. And it is draining our power core a bit, having all 5 running. So mining for extended periods might be a bit tricky with this ship. We'll sell this ore on in Monarch, assuming they've got a market, because we're going to need to make room for the electron orbs, but... So yeah, it looks like power drain is going to become more of an issue with the, as our modules get higher and higher tier. We're technically a couple of tiers behind with most of our mining lasers, so we could upgrade them all to 6 at some point. Don't know if the starting station had more level 6 mining lasers, but it might have done. Alright, let's drop off our bounty. By our bounty, I mean our rocks. Payment, 20... Oh, actually, we would have made a little bit of money on that. Signing with financial is improved. I don't know that was actually who we wanted to improve. So is it based on the actual... So it is based on the quest giver more than the station then. So we actually need to find... For trade, for example, we'd actually need to find missions given to us by trade. Which is actually none of these at the moment. Anyway, I don't know why I'm looking at those when I'm not actually reading it. Right. Sell the locite. Oh, high demand. For mining. One moment, YouTube. We're going to do our favourite thing and do a little bit of grinding for a bit off screen. And make some money. In fact, very quickly before we do that, let's see if we can buy some mining 6s. Active modules. Or mining 5s, whatever. Anything that's a little ore harvesters even, that's the one. Nope, okay, I'll be back in a moment with some more ore, hopefully. And some more money. Hey kids, you want to see what profit looks like? 1 cargo hold's worth. 1.5 million. Excellent. Yeah, seems there's a lot of money to be made here in the ore. I actually got another medal for harvested Loken specifically while we were out doing that. So yeah, we're doing well. I guess at this point, it might be worth taking minor energy optimization because we are starting to get energy drain issues, and we'll also take maximum energy increase. Why not? We'll do one other load of harvesting, and then I guess we'll we chewed up a lot of that boulder doing that. And then I guess we'll buy some warp fuel and head back, and we'll try and find some quests that are actually for the trade faction, ideally. It's a little bit hard to tell who actually owns the stations, and at some point we still need to head back to our own station. I might even do that off screen. We might call the episode there for now. Hopefully you've enjoyed this so far. We've accessed a new, I guess, era in our travel through the game now that we can warp. And now that our technology is starting to get pretty good, we've got a pretty decent ship. So I guess we'll continue pressing onwards towards building our station. We should probably go out there and actually check it. See what we need and maybe start construction on the next step. We should have the money for it now. And yes, I'll see you guys all next time. Alright, we're back once more to quickly wrap up this episode. There's a little bit I want to do first. First of all, I looked into wormhole mining to see if I could find out anything about finding them. I haven't got to that yet, but I found out there's a search feature in the journal as well. We can search where we can find things. Because it turns out Starbase Corporate, one of the stations in our home area, sells the recipe for warp drive fuel. And our main station sells the recipe for advanced fuel. So, yeah, we're going to buy that and we're going to see what it takes to refine fuel. Now, we haven't found a source of electron orbs yet, apart from buying them from stations, but I know we found them before. So what we'll probably do is, in the next episode, we'll head out towards our station and find out exactly what we need to build it. I do have a list of things written down here. That might even be the list for this particular one, which if it is, we'll start making stuff for that. But, yeah, so if we just quickly check, see if that's right. Market, fuel, basic warp drive fuel. And then we head back to Biomate. And curse that I decided to actually make the ship balanced and therefore slow. We'll head back to Biomate and see what we can buy in terms of, see if we can get the advanced warp drive fuel. I don't know if there's an intermediate warp drive fuel. In fact, I can tell, can't I? Because I can have a look at the fuel injector. There is improved warp drive fuel. Kilotorish. I don't know where that is, but I can set a path for it. Especially if it turns out that one of the ingredients is to refine it up all 3 steps, which I wouldn't be surprised. Has the warp drive activated itself to take me there? It has. No. No, we need to go back to biomate. Cease. Halt. Turn around. It's cool that it can take us out there, but what we'll do is we'll just use a bit of fuel to take us out there and get the last one. And also maybe leave us a bit left to bring us back to our station. But yes, we'll see you all next time, YouTube. Hopefully, like I say, I'll buy the thing at maybe the start of the next episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed this playthrough. Again, if there's anything you'd like to see me do, let me know. I'd definitely like to get to combat at some point, and I'd also like to explore these wormholes. And I'll see you all next time.